What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's been a minute since we had a solo podcast. This is your host with the most, DJ Wickang. Welcome to episode 63 of Tremendous Opinions Pod. Like I said, it's been a minute. I've been here, I've been there. I'm over here now. The past two episodes haven't been solo. I was with the boys in Georgia, which is always a riot. And dude, I love those episodes because those are my friends, and I like to see them go at each other, and it's always like my notes are enticing. I try to get them to argue about something, the college football playoffs, something. I love watching those boys go at it, and the one before that was Dewey, the NIL deal. Freaking NIL deal, baby! Dewey, the people's champ, Ferris came in here and put it down, and I haven't really talked about that on a solo pod, so it's awesome, dude, to have these things happen. That one with Dewey, bro, that was so kick back, bro. We played Jimi Hendrix music. He played righteous guitar all night long, and we really burned it down in here. So again, thank you for taking the time to come over here, Dewey. You're the freaking man. Last episode 62, Draft Central with the boys. It was fantasy football draft night in that league that we're in with all the Georgia fellers. And I feel like I did good. I told you the teams last time, or my team and theirs, and how, we compared the little draft results. But figured I'd give you guys a fantasy update. After 1 week of NFL football, your boy, I have 4 different leagues that I'm in, okay? It's usually about that, 4 or 5. And I'm 3-1 through 1 week, which ain't half bad. But the one was a tough loss. I got blew out of the water by like 30 points, but it's okay, It's fantasy freaking football. At the end of the day, who cares? But a few things I want to talk about after the first week of NFL football. We were jibber-jabbering about this, that, and the other, but let me tell you this. How good is Tommy Brady? It's his 23rd year in the league? That's just, I think I have his rookie card. It's like 99 or, 23rd year in the league. Bro. It's just unbelievable. And he's still like top tier quarterback. And what is he, 45? Or how old is this guy? And seeing him paired up with Julio Jones, right when you think Julio's going to peek over the hill and coast into the sunset, he gets picked up by the Bucks with Tom Brady. And right off rip in week 1, I had the flashback of like when Randy Moss went to the Patriots and they broke all those scoring records. Like when an elite receiver shows up with Tom Brady, like a deep threat receiver that's a physical threat, physical dominant. Like no corner is going to match up with Julio. Did you see him? He looked like a unit out there. He looked like Dewey Ferris out there in a football helmet, Julio Jones. I bet you Julio can't play guitar though. I got the Bucks again. I can't go against Tom Brady. I got the Bucks winning the Super Bowl, and this is for sure it for Tom. He's gonna, and it's always something like this with the NFL. It's always the marquee, the thing that a script writer would have had come up with. So of course it's gonna be Tom Brady's last year, and he will win the Super Bowl. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm still sticking with Derek Carr for MVP. I don't care what he looked like in week 1. Derek Carr MVP. What else do I have down here? Randy Moss flashbacks. Yeah, fantasy forecast. Derek Carr is still my guy. Darren Waller. All the weapons. The Raiders, I think they host the Super Bowl or something like next year. I don't know. I forget. I've been to Las Vegas twice, so I heard somebody say something about that. But I really think the Raiders are going to take it somewhere in like this year or next. Absolutely. Derek Carr is still my MVP front runner. Don't care what Whopper says. College football. So it's Saturday when I'm filming this. Saturday night. There's still some games going on right now. Like I think the Tennessee game's wrapping up. But some really cool things I wanted to talk about. Appalachian freaking State, dude. Appalachian State. They played against Carolina, and that, like we talked about last podcast, that was an instant classic. Okay? Carolina wins against App State. Then App State goes into Texas A&M. Okay? Like ranked number 6 at the time. At College Station, Texas A&M, I believe, and went to a top 10 team at a top 10 team and beat them in dramatic fashion. So App State is just rolling at this point. They go into their game today at home. College game day is at App State, of all places. They're in Boone, North Carolina, up in the snowy mountains. And what happens but another miracle on the mountain? I'm going to try to remember to put a link in. It's like the last few plays, the last little back and forth in the last 2 minutes of that game. Incredible. It was like a 60-yard Hail Mary to win, walk-off Hail Mary, and they stormed the field like you'll never see, dude. Like these like Daniel Boone people with the raccoon hats, they know how to storm a freaking field, baby, and it fires me up. So yes, I was happy when Carolina beat App State, but now they gave Carolina such a hard time, I have to pull for them, and they're hard to pull against. They're fun to watch. Chase Bryce, the quarterback they were talking about last podcast, he's a legend now. 3 weeks into being an App State quarterback, or whatever, he's just going to get jolly good fellowed around everywhere he goes in Boone, North Carolina. Beautiful stuff from App State, and Godspeed. Godspeed, Mountaineers. The other thing that I saw today, I was watching the Tennessee game with my dad, and I actually didn't see this live, but I saw it like on Instagram or something. The fake punt, okay? Tennessee's playing at home against Akron. And this guy, the punter for Akron, is stone cold, bro. Stone cold. He had the nicest move I ever seen in my life. He pump fakes old buddy and he goes flying, dude. It looked like a Jordan pump fake. Like, real nice pump fake. Old buddy was doing it against the team we were pulling for, but it was too nice to not put in this podcast. But really, at the end of the day, I have written down right here, who am I to talk football? If you put me in a football helmet, I would look like I was doing like a tryout for Jackass. I'd just be smoking a cigarette, waiting to get just railed out there. So, whatever. Take my opinions as you will with the football. I finished terrible last year in fantasy. Other news. My sister came to town. And she always liked going to Chapel Hill and walking Franklin Street. So that's what we did. We went on down there and went into Sutton's, the spot. You got to try Sutton's if you haven't, man. And Brady will just clown me till the end of time about this. But the BLT. BLT is dynamite. The BLT on Sutton's is on fire, okay? The best BLT, either that or the one in New York City. New York City had just a tremendous BLT on rye bread. You wouldn't imagine. They'll put it on a croissant or a roll, like a breakfast soft roll. Oh, BLT at lunchtime on a roll, please. But Sutton's, okay? We're in Sutton's. Get the orangeade, okay? Orangeade at Sutton's is just... That's what it is. We eat at Sutton's. We walk up and down Franklin Street, go shopping for a minute, and she wanted to watch a movie when we got back. So, it ended up being Twilight, okay? Which, You know, I think it was the timing for me. Like, if I were to be introduced to Twilight right now, I would just shun you and not talk to you until Christmas. If you told me that you have to watch Twilight, and I did, and you wasted my 3 hours or whatever, you're not getting a text or call for like months. But at that time in my life, yeah, Twilight was good. And I've talked about it before on the podcast when I was going through all the stack of DVDs. I like Twilight, all right? I don't know whether it's the nostalgia or the time associated in my life, like when this movie came out, or whether it's some loose association with any possible love interest lost, or it could just be this fire. It could be that. It could very well be that, actually. It takes me there. Tremendous major motion picture. Tremendous soundtrack on that major motion picture. Twilight. I'm done. Done with the Twilight. You'd probably rather hear me babble on about Twilight than football. Anywho. Killer jams on that major motion picture. Put me in my feels. I've been in my feels for a few days now. I've been listening to like slowed reverb Drake songs. And like really been going deep because I had just like a horrific accident happen the other day, and I've really just been shattered to pieces about it. Oh God, I don't even know where to start. All right. Story time. The other night, it was the night that Brady, he's in Australia. He was playing his first preseason game the other day, okay? And it's at 1 p.m. his local time, 12-hour difference, so 1 a.m. this time, my time. So around midnight-ish, I get in the car. I run down the street to Sheetz, my local pop-in shop for the coffee. I have a Sheetz coffee on me right now. Keeps me alive. They kept me alive through the pandemic, Sheetz. I owe my life to Sheetz. On my way to Sheetz to get my coffee so I can stay up and watch the Blendy do some destruction against these boys. And it's all good. It's all good, dude. I'm driving. I'm listening to my little tunes. I got them plugged up. And it's just a 2-minute drive, okay? 2 minutes, if that, to get to Sheetz. All right. I feel so bad. I believe I was looking down to pick a song, okay? I look up. And I always tell stories about running stuff over with my car. And it's not me, okay? It's never me. I think someone put a hex on me or like a voodoo. They stuck me with a pin like I made a doll. I don't know. I always hit stuff with my car. Picking a song. I look up. And it's just a huge bird. Like this freaking big. Alright? Alright, realistic. Wings are like this big. And they're spread out. He's like descending on me like Batman. Like not the new Batman. Definitely not Twilight Batman. Michael Keaton Batman. Is how the bird was falling down to me. Well, not falling, he has wings. He's like parachuting down to me, driving my car at 40 miles an hour. And it's a huge bird. I love birds. I don't know if it's because I read My Side of the Mountain when I was a kid. On the Far Side of the Mountain, the sequel. I love birds. This huge, beautiful bird comes down and I hit it. I'm still in shock and I need like psychotherapy about this. I'm getting through the story. I hit the freaking bird. Oh, I got chill bumps. I look over. I'm like, what was that? Like, I was in shock. And it's dark out. And I have like tinted side windows. But I squint and I'm like, what? The bird is so freaking huge, like a pterodactyl, that it's stuck in my side mirror in the door panel. All right? So it's just like a huge bird right here. Like, right here. I could grab it through the window if I rolled the window down. I didn't have the heart or the bravery to do this. I just like didn't know what to do, kept driving. All right. I get to the stop sign, like 20 yards away. I look down to get my phone because I'm going to take a video of this. I don't know why that was my first reaction. That's what I did. I look down, I look up, it's gone. I really needed a new pantalones when I looked up and it's gone. Like, I've seen too many movies. Like Underworld, Rise of the Lycans or something like this. It's going to just fly through the window and attack me. Or I'm going to get out to check on it and it's going to peck me in the eye. It took all the courage I had in my body to open that door. I opened the door and there it is. Oh my God. I believe I hit a horned owl with my car. Okay? I love birds. Birds of prey, like falcons, peregrine falcons, owls. I don't like buzzards, but owls? Bro. And they're like endangered. But the savior in all this, I hate to be the Johnny Raincloud on my podcast. The savior in all this was like 4 nights ago. Last night, I went outside and I heard an owl. Big time. That like resurrected my soul a little bit, because I still have the trauma and I'm still kind of in shock. Every time I drive to Sheets, especially at nighttime, I think about my fallen soldier friend. I didn't have the heart to give him a name. I'm very disheartened and hurt over the owl. Moving on. I didn't mention this part of the story. I'm a believer in signs. I don't know what it is. Make sure. Yeah, I'm not off subject here. I believe in signs. I've spoken about this on this podcast. Talking about things is one thing. Talking about things and they happen, or just like weird abnormal things happening in specific time frames. It's like I said, it was Brady's first time strapping up the boots with the Australian unit and going out there. Like 30 minutes before tip-off, I hit an owl with my car on his debut day. That was the one thing, all right? That was the first thing I thought of, which is weird because, and this is kind of like a news thing, right before I left the house, I just got done pressing and making my first round of shirts. Okay? I had an idea. All things, good or bad, I guess, start with ideas, right? So really, ideas is what you're looking for in this life. A good idea. And I think I found one. What I think is a good idea. Who am I? I'm a Mama Luca DA. Good idea. I think I had a good idea. For me. Okay? So. These are my Fear of God essential sweatpants. My favorite pants. Other than the party pants that I wore to the Duke beatdown. These essential sweatpants are were my favorite item that I had. And coming in with like some Chick-fil-A or something, I scrubbed up the leg against the tire and it put a black stain on them. All right. I asked my mom how I need to clean these, what I need to put on them. And she got a bottle and sprayed and threw them in there, not thinking anything of it. We take them out. It turns out that the bottle was bleach. Got the wrong bottle. Instead of having a meltdown, because these are my favorite pants, okay? Instead of having a meltdown, I had an idea. Let's just not forget the pants. I love the pants. These are my pants. These are my favorite pants. What am I going to do? Instead of just having one spot, I'd grab the same bottle, went all over the pants, and washed them, took them out, and they look sick with the bleach, okay? So, tinkering around, I had an idea. With the coffee, I mean, I drink like 3 cups of coffee a day, going down to the Sheets and like endangering wildlife with how many times I go to Sheets. That I just had an idea. I don't know. I figured I could get a brown shirt, get some dye, some bleach, had through this idea, and make a design. So I did, and this is what we came up with. It's just like a coffee and creamer type of look. Okay? I don't want to drop the name of the clothing thing that I thought of, because like I'm gonna do this, man. It's not just like a few shirts I'm making for a few people this time. I actually have like 20 shirts down there already made and more on the way, and I haven't even told anyone yet. This is the first time I'm telling people that I'm gonna be selling shirts, and more than shirts. I got sweatshirts on the way. I'm gonna try to do some cool stuff, okay? And it's gonna be like hand done. I'm not getting to get them manufactured from someone else. Every shirt that I'm gonna make myself, 100% me. And yeah, I'm gonna try it. Like I said, if you have a good idea, you gotta try to do it and run with it. And it's not like I'm gonna quit everything and just say I run a shirt company. I barely can do this podcast. It took me 2 years to get to this point. So with the shirts, I'm going to slowly do it. And heck, dude, I don't know. It could be really good. I like it. I had fun with it so far. I like the turnout of what happened, even though like I said, I'm a mush. I don't know what I'm doing. And they turned out good. I don't know how, but they turned out good. They look sweet. I like the look of them. And it's something that I think is cool, you know? So if you don't like it, it's whatever. That's cool, man. I like them, and someone else might too. So I'm going to start selling shirts, making different designs. See what happens. So the name of it has to do with coffee, and I'll say this. I don't have anything LLC'd yet and all that, so the name has something to do with coffee, and I didn't think about it until after I had the idea. But my grandmother that recently passed, when I was a baby, she had me in a rocking chair with a steaming hot cup of coffee, and I don't know if I kicked it, something happened, but the coffee spilled on me, and I have a coffee stain on me. On my belly right here. It's like, I don't know, big as a quarter or something. And it's just a little coffee burn. So once I had that thought, I was like, man, yeah, I'm on the right track with something here. I don't know why I felt that, but that's what I'm doing. So be on the lookout, dude. Probably next podcast. Hopefully I'll have website and stuff up. So hopefully sometime soon. Like I said, don't know what I'm doing, but we're getting there, baby. Trying to set realistic expectations for it. Like I'm saying, I've just been sitting on these shirts for like 4 or 5 days now. Gotta do the whole website myself and stuff. We'll figure it out. We're gonna get there, baby. But the news alert is I'm doing shirts now. I never thought I'd be the guy to sell merch, but it's not really merch. It's cool design, and I think someone out there is gonna dig it. So again, be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for watching this podcast. Like I just said, realistic expectations. When I started this, my realistic expectation was maybe one day I'll have 50 people watch an episode. And last episode, I didn't promo it on Instagram, and it has 100 and something views in a week. So that's awesome, dude. That doubles my expectation for what I thought this would be. So thank you. If you click on these and watch, obviously, if you didn't click on it, you wouldn't even hear me say thank you. This has been episode 63 of Tremendous Opinions Podcast. I am your host with the most, the Captain Kirk of this enterprise, Chester Copperpot. And I will see you next week. I'm not going to leave you solo. Halo highlights to boot. Here we go, baby.
I seek you out, feel you alive. One more way and you won't survive. And I'm not scared of your stolen power. See right through you anyhow. I will soothe your pain. I won't ease your strain.